So about 2 months ago, seen that you could buy different wheels to put on your desk chair and make it look different, make it roll better and on all types of flooring. I didn't realize you could do that. I thought whatever wheels that come on the chair, you're stuck with. And so, I didn't buy any right away. I looked at them for a couple weeks on Amazon. I waited to Prime Day and I looked around and I found a company called Xela. And I thought, well, I hope these wheels are going to be good quality because they were on the more affordable side. Got them and I absolutely loved them. I put them on my old office chair here and you can see those down there are the clear ones. But anyways, I got a new office chair last week. This here is the K-Vibe office chair. It's an ergonomic office chair. And so it comes with just the standard wheels on it. And so I wanted to upgrade it. And since I already knew that these wheels from my old office chair from Xela worked really good, I thought I'd go ahead and get some more and get both the black and the clear and show you guys what they look like and tell you about the bearing on the inside and show you how to change them out on my new office chair and switch them to these larger ones. I went ahead and flipped my new office chair upside down, and then you can see right here these wheels that originally come on the chair. Like I said, they're just the run-of-the-mill plastic wheels. They don't have a bearing in them. They just have like a bushing. And so you can see when I try to spin them, they'll go around maybe 2 times and then they stop. So, these aren't very good for rolling. They just put them on there because they're cheap and it helps them get by. And so the way that you take them off is you just pull up on them. You just kind of wiggle them and pull up at the same time, and then they just come off. The only thing that really holds these things on is they have like a little metal ring that goes around, and there's 2 on this one actually, so it's on there pretty good, where most of them just use 1. Now the diameter on these is 2 1/4, so the wheels are not very big, and there's actually 2 wheels instead of just 1. All right, so now I've got 2 different wheels from Xela. This one here is the black one, and I'm going to go ahead and stick it right here, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the clear one there in the front. Now you can see that it just pushed down in there and it's good to go. Now I've got the clear one right here. Don't know how well you guys can see that, but again, you just line it up, push it down in there. Now some of them are harder than others, but you've seen that it puts right in there. Now you can see that the wheel material is clear on this one. Now there is like a black inner wheel, so there is some black there, but the urethane can see through it, but there is an inner wheel there that is black. Now this one here, this one has the black inner wheel, and then the outer part of the tire there is black as well. So just depends on which look you want, if you want the black or if you want the clear. I mean, it just really depends on what office chair you have. This one here, it'll go good with either one, but I'm probably leaning more towards the black. So I just wanted to show you guys on this wheel, there's like no bearing. I mean, it's just a little axle with 2 separate wheels, and it doesn't roll very good. And you can see already within like a week's time, I've already got some of my girlfriend's hair in there wrapped around the wheel, where this one here is going to be a lot bigger. Like I said, this one's 2 1/4 and this one is 3 inch. So the chair's going to roll a little bit easier, and then also it's going to roll a lot better because it has a sealed bearing right in there. And so that's like a bearing from like a roller blade, and this is pretty much just a roller blade wheel. You can tell when you go to spin this thing that it's it spins a lot freer and it's quieter. And then the part right here where that turns, you got some little ball bearings in there. It's just going to move a lot better. And so you can tell that these are a lot higher quality wheels than the originals. And here's one of the ones I pulled off, and you can just see that it's just not a very good wheel. They put them on there because they're cheap and it saves them money. It's just the way that it is. Everything's made cheaper now. And so I wanted something that was going to roll good. And then I also got a Vitrazza glass chair mat up underneath my desk now. I got it about a week ago, I think. Right when I got my chair, I got the Vitrazza chair mat. So make sure you guys watch that video. But I'm going to go ahead and get these put on, and I'm going to show you just how to take that last one off. Just pull it straight up, and then just take the new ones and just kind of center it up. Just kind of wiggle it on there, and it pops in place. Wow, doesn't that look good on that glass chair mat? And man, how easy that thing rolls. I mean, literally, night and day difference. All right, so one thing I do want to talk about is that bearing that's in there. Now, I took my girlfriend's phone. She's got an S24 Ultra, and we were able to zoom in on the numbers that's on that metal side plate on that bearing there. And it says that it was a 608ZZ. It says that it's a radial ball bearing with metal shields for sealing and protection. And it is a good bearing. And, you know, it's pretty quiet whenever you spin it. And literally the thing is still spinning, and finally quit. So you can see that it does spin a long time. Now, why do you want these larger diameter wheels that are the rollerblade style? Well, it's very simple. If you got the old standard wheels like I had on here before, just the carpet style wheels, they scratch your floor up, and they might not wear your floor out over the first month or first year, but eventually it's separating the lamination on your floor. And ask me how I know. A few months back, I noticed the flooring here in my bedroom where my office is started peeling up and delaminating. It wasn't the floor was actually peeling up, it was the two pieces of flooring, you know, were coming apart. So you got this top pretty layer here, and then up underneath it you've got a couple other layers, and so it was just pulling apart. And so I guess it was from, you know, the carpet style wheels being on this flooring and rolling over it, and I guess that's the only thing I can think of. But my flooring did come up. You can, I don't know how well you can see it, but there's a big chunk missing here and a little chunk missing there. And so I reached out to the flooring company, Coretec, because this is some really expensive flooring. It's Coretec Premium Plus, and it's in the Red River Hickory. And, you know, they sent out an inspector. He come out here and, you know, looked around it, you know, and tried to check for moisture and flatness. And they tried to, you know, come up with every single little thing that they could come up with not to warranty the floor, because the floor does have, you know, like a 10-year warranty on it. And of course, you know, they made me wait, you know, like over a month before they let me know anything. And I just found out a few days ago that they did not approve the flooring. So if you're in the, you know, in the market for some flooring, I would definitely not recommend put Coretec Premium Plus flooring in an office, because, you know, if you roll across it and, oh, they see you've got an office chair, then suddenly it's not covered, or at least they didn't cover mine. Anyways, so I reached out to a company called Vitrazza, and they sent me out this glass chair mat to do a review on. And I gotta say, I'm very impressed. I wish I would have never used this flooring, went with something else, and I wished I'd went with this glass chair mat from the very beginning. This thing really does make a world of difference. It makes your chair roll a lot smoother, and it just looks a lot more premium when you walk into the room, and your desk area just looks more high-end with a glass chair mat up underneath it. And let's say you spill something up on top of it, you can wipe it off. It's got a coating on top to prevent scratches, and it keeps the top of it from getting slick. So if you walk in here with wet feet or something, you're not going to bust your butt. So, you know, literally, I've been very impressed with the Vitrazza chair mat. But, you know, if you don't want to spend that kind of money, I understand. But one thing you could do is, you know, just get some rollerblade style wheels like this. Like I said, they're very cheap. Right now, they're doing like a special buy thing where they're a little bit cheaper on Amazon. For the clear ones, they list for $17.75. Right now on like this little special buy day, it's $15.65. And then the black ones, which I have on the chair right here, they normally sell for $18.95, and they're on sale right now for $16.95. So catch them on sale, you can get them a little bit cheaper, but you can see they're nice looking wheels. One of the things that did impress me with these was whenever I did open them up in the box, they'll come in the box, the same box here, and they'll all be individually wrapped. And it comes with this little card right here on the top. And it says right here, happy? We are too. Enjoying your premium office chair wheels? Unhappy? And we sincerely apologize for the inconvenience. Rest assured, we won't rest until you're 100% satisfied. Or if for any reason there are anything missing, damaged, or incorrect, or not up to the mark, please go with the order page and send us a message, and we will be more than happy to assist you with a full refund or replacement. Thank you. So I thought that was pretty good. You don't get a lot of companies willing to make things right without sending a bunch of emails and dealing with a hassle. So Now, one thing that I will make mention of is, let's say you got an office chair and you're a bigger guy like me, and when you go to sit down in your chair, the hydraulic cylinder, squishes down, and it might not be as high as what you would need because it's squished down because of your weight. Well, if you add a taller wheel on there, then it raises the chair up a little bit higher. So, if you're a bigger person, you might need that extra height. Plus, these are rated at like 650 pounds. So I do weigh about 330 pounds. I do trust these not to break. Like I said, I've had them for about a month and a half. I've had no problems out of them. All right, so we were in here playing around with the office chairs, and I rolled this one out of the way, and then it rolled right over this extension cord right here for one of the lights that I have in here that I turn on while I'm videoing. And I thought, hey, there ain't nothing better to show than, if you've got a little cable running across, these wheels will go right over it. Now try that with those ones that come with it, the ones that are meant for the carpet, and I guarantee you they're gonna get bound up. Will these wheels fit my office chair? Probably a 99% chance that they'll fit, just simply because most of the office chair wheels are the same diameter peg, and they are pretty much universal. Odd brand names might have a different size peg that sticks up into the chair, and it might not fit. But like I said, these wheels will fit probably about 99% of the chairs out there. So, get you some. They really do make a difference. And if you've got hardwood floors and you don't have a Vitrazza chair mat, you better definitely get some, because you don't want to ruin your flooring, because it's expensive. And if you've got carpet, you definitely want these, because if you got one of those plastic chair mats, as well as I do, if you've got a plastic chair mat and you've got those carpet style wheels that come on, that other chair, then those just dig down into that plastic mat and they sink into the carpet and into that mat, and it kind of makes it hard to roll around, where these are a bigger diameter wheel and they'll roll over stuff a lot easier. So I highly recommend these. Like I said, they're not expensive. I'll link them down in the video description down below, so you guys check that out. And then also the Vitrazza chair mat, I'll link it to this video, and then I'll link the new office chair that I got right here from Cave Vibe. And so it's a really good chair. Check out some of those, and until next time, guys, I appreciate you watching. And like I said, I'll link these wheels Xela down in the description down below. See ya.